To take you back to the House floor, representatives there voting to adjourn until 10 o'clock Eastern. Again, they are voting to adjourn until tonight.
I think you saw we made some very good progress. We'll come back tonight, and I believe at that time we'll have the votes to finish this once and for all. It just reminds me of what my father always told me. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And now we have to finish for the American public.
What was the turnaround? What was the breaking point in these negotiations?
I think getting together and just finding the ability to how we all going to work together. It's new for us, one, being in the majority, but being in a tight majority. I think at the end of the day, we're going to be more effective, more efficient, and definitely government's going to be more accountable.
So how do you expect to govern this way if it has been taking this long to get the conference united?
See, this is the great part. Because it took this long, now we learned how to govern. So now we'll be able to get the job done. Thank you all very much. See you later.
All right, remarks there from McCarthy. That was just moments ago. Let's take you back to the House floor. They just voted to adjourn until 10 o'clock tonight. All right, and this is a LiveNOW look outside of the chamber. Oh, we just lost our shot there. But the vote was 220 to 212 to adjourn until 10 o'clock Eastern tonight. And so far today, there have been 13 rounds, and in the last round of voting, Kevin McCarthy received 214 votes. And as I mentioned, today is the fourth day of voting, and he has been inching closer to getting more of that support that he needs. And Kevin McCarthy says he is not dropping out of the race for Speaker of the House. Here's more from Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera.
The fight for House Speaker is in its fourth day, now the longest Speaker election since 1859. But GOP frontrunner Kevin McCarthy and his allies are hopeful the deadlock will soon break.
There were some breakthroughs yesterday and last night. I think we had the most productive talks that we've had all week.
As the drama unfolded on the floor, urgent negotiations between GOP holdouts were happening behind closed doors. Among some of the concessions being floated, a vote on term limits and lowering the threshold to force a vote to remove the speaker to a single member. Regardless of these changes, some Republicans say they are not relenting. Congressman-elect Matt Gaetz says he'll resign from Congress if Democrats strike a deal to elect a moderate Republican for Speaker.
I wouldn't be betting on my vote for Kevin McCarthy under almost any circumstance.
If adopted, the changes could hamstring McCarthy or any Speaker's ability to lead as they face the threat of expulsion at any point.
With such a slim majority, anything that this Speaker tries to do is going to be held up, or at least there's going to be a lot of leverage by a very small fraction within the House.
Without a Speaker and no member sworn in, the House is unable to function.
I actually tried to go to the White House and lead a group the other day, and they wouldn't allow me in because I'm a member-elect and technically not a member of Congress right now.
Exasperation is settling in with concerns that this fight will stretch into the weekend. Several representative-elects brought their families to the nation's capital to see them get sworn in, but it's unclear when that will take place. In Washington, Mallory Rivera, Fox News.
All right, and right now we are hearing from Representative Chip Roy out of Texas. He flipped his vote for McCarthy. Let's listen to what he has to say.
After the massive bloated omnibus spending bill in December. And so we've talked about those. We've put a lot of those things in place. We've put a lot of structural changes in place, a lot of thinking about what the committee should look like to reflect the entirety of the conference. Specific changes with respect to Rules Committee, specific changes obviously with the motion to vacate. That allows for accountability. It allows to ensure that good bills get to the floor and importantly that we can have an open process, specific provisions to ensure that we have the ability to amend on the floor. On appropriations bill in particular. Remember that we've not been able to have any kind of serious open amendment process since May of 2016. The American people deserve representatives who can represent them, and that's what we're trying to get out of this deal.
Does that mean that McCarthy has committed as part of this deal not to put a clean debt ceiling increase on the floor? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say specifically about that yet. I'm going to say that the debt ceiling is going to require some specific spending constraints, and we'll leave it at that.
The debt limit's part of the deal, right?
All right, Representative Chip Roy there making remarks. He's one of the few who flipped his vote for McCarthy today. Others include Mike Cloud out of Oklahoma, Andrew Clyde of Texas, and Byron Donalds of Georgia. There were also Anna Paulina Luna of Florida and Mary Miller of Florida as well. All right, well, a lot of news out of the Capitol today, and of course, we will continue to follow the latest regarding any developments on this speaker vote and the gridlock.